want? No, the camera.
Okay.
Do you need eye contact? Hi, how you doing? Okay. What's your name?
My name is Mr. Reedy. I'm from San Francisco.
How many burns have you been to?
This is my first burn.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And you're voluntary?
Yeah, I have always worked in education, and this weekend was never an option, and things changed in my life, and so here I am.
Talk about the penis pad.
You know, there's a lot of forms of communication, and some of them are more direct than others.
Okay. What does radical inclusion mean to you?
So radical inclusion is the opposite of what we normally do in society, which is categorize and separate. And it has to change a lot of assumptions that people have. And I think the radical part is bringing it to the forefront of conversations. I work in elementary schools, and inclusion is something that we operate on every day. I've got 75 students on the autism spectrum in my school, and I've been working with grant writing around building an educational program that mirrors, it takes from theater arts and literacy, and kids reinterpret certain plays, like we did the Lorax one year, another year we did Where the Wild Things Are. We translate them into the language of autism and then perform them with typically developing kids and students on the autism spectrum, working as partners over the series of a year, starting with mimicking games and then working up to expressing emotional concepts. And it's been really powerful.
I know you have a lot to say about consent and racism, and if you want to, I know it's a huge topic, but just maybe a couple sound bites.
So, growing up a white guy, I didn't really have much of a clue, and it wasn't until I started operating in authentically inclusive multicultural communities that I learned a lot of lessons about what people need in order to feel welcomed. It's just opening the door and saying anyone can walk through isn't the same as making sure that everyone gets brought in. And so I work a lot with families to make sure that everyone understands that if we're really going to have an equity lens in the way we do any kind of work, it's about outcomes, not objectives. If you aren't changing the problem, you aren't doing the work. And so I just took a sabbatical from my principaling job, and when I go back, I'm hoping to be able to work with the school district to work supporting principals on complex dilemmas in diverse communities so that we can build authentic conversation across difference. If we do it every day, we'll actually start to get good at it, and I think that we can transform a lot of things in society that aren't working.
I bet you are one hell of a good principal.
I like doing it.
What is your favorite burn moment so far, off the top of your head?
All right, so I'm traveling with a dear friend, Brad, B-Rad, and the first night we were here, we got in Saturday morning, so nothing was set up yet. We went out onto the open playa, and a few things were there, and we came across this one installation that was just, before I die, I want to ... And as we walked in, Brad and I both just kind of had that cathartic blush that happens every 17 minutes at Burning Man. And it felt like we were alone on the playa, and I've never felt like we were so together. So this experience has been, after 22 years of being really good friends, it's an intimacy that is unlike anything else, and we're having a wonderful time.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me interview you. Do you consent to a hug?
Yes, I do. I always do.
Hey, excuse me. Could you hold the camera while I hug him? Thanks. It's gone. And just.
You're going to have to hold the hug for at least 15 seconds then to be real. Sorry. You consented, now you're in.
That is a movie. Yes, no.
And there you have it.
Thank you.